quick little crime video. I perked up a bit now, guys. I've got a couple of what have I just eaten? Some chicken steak things, which definitely gonna get some weed at 12. Probably gonna have to. I've just had a look at the electric. I've got about £3 something. But yeah, I'm perking up now. In fact, my body temperature's gone up a bit since I've had something to eat. Anyway, this is about the best and the worst prisons that I've ever been in my life. I'll go through the prisons I've been in, starting right from the beginning. My first ever sentence, or remand, or whatever. I was 17, and I got remanded to Rochester, HMP Rochester Borstal, or whatever they're calling it. That's probably the longest. I did 2 weeks there. But that was complete bang up. 23-hour bang up. Out for an hour. A lot of race wars sort of going on in there. Was a real eye opener for me, being my first time in prison. Do you shit yourself when you first go in there? Yeah, everyone's going to be fucking apprehensive and on edge. But at the end of the day, I'd already decided back in these cells at Tunbridge that I wasn't going to let any screws or any prisoners or anybody do anything to me. I was going to be giving back to them whatever they was giving to me. That's the way I went about that. Yeah, that was the first one I was in. And then I went up, did the 2 weeks remand, went up and got bail. The old girl gave me bail for a social report. Anyway, went back to court. And that's where I got me Holiday Bay. That's where the Essex boys met, in Holiday Bay in Suffolk. But I was obviously there in 88. They were there in 95. Yeah, and basically she gave me 6 months and 3 days. I didn't have a clue where I was going. I got in the van down this end. They was all sort of sounding like me, my kind of accent or whatever. But when I got out, they was all talking not like me, basically. Holiday Bay. Yeah, and that was that one. Did all my time in there as well. Did a lot of the time. But then I got a lot of days back where I've been nicked quite a bit and put in the cells and whatnot. You get all them days back. You can apply for them days. So I applied for all my days back. Where I'd done that much fucking bird in the police cells, I had quite a few weeks to come back. And I actually got released, right, from Holiday Bay, at about 4 in the afternoon. Because that's when my days came through. Because whenever the days come through, they got to give them to you instant, even if it's like 4 in the afternoon. It instantly comes off. So if obviously you've got 10 days to go, but then you get 20 days back, you're out. But yeah, they basically told me I had 10 minutes to get on my kit and get downstairs. Otherwise, they'd bang me up because this was a Friday. They don't release you on a Saturday. And what they'd have to do, they'd have to keep me in all weekend away from everybody, because really I wouldn't be a prisoner, if you get that, what I'm saying. But yeah, I grabbed all my gear, said me goodbyes, give me a bit of this and that to me pals, and had a long journey home from Suffolk. And what other jails have I been in? I've been in Elmley Prison. I've been in Canterbury Prison. I've been in Lincoln Prison. I've been in Chelmsford Prison for dinner, but all we had was dinner. That was on the way to Holiday Bay. When you're being transferred like miles out of your manor, what happens is on the way up, you have to stop to get dinner and that, because obviously they've got to feed you. You stop at different jails. And that's, I stopped at Chelmsford when that Cray bloke was in there. Not that I see him, but he was in there. That's for the worst place I've ever been, prison. Would probably be the young offenders, would be the most violent. It's the place I've ever been in. But obviously you've got all youngsters trying to prove this, that and the other. The best prison I've ever been in was Lincoln Prison, which is full of Manx and Scousers, full of people that are a bit too heavy for their jail, so they move them out because they're too lively. Yeah, that was a really good prison, Lincoln. I had no problem with all the Scousers, all the Manx and all the rest of them. They used to call me the East Ender. I used to go, no, pal, you're about 30 miles in the wrong direction. But yeah, I was the only one in there that spoke like me. I found all of them. I found the Northerners a lot more politer than the Southerners, if you get me. I guess it depends on what you're up to in there. Do you know what I mean? If you just want to get your head down. But yeah. Another good prison is Canterbury Prison. That's a good prison. Elmley, not really keen on that, to be honest with you. Bit of a zoo, Elmley. But yeah, that's the best one and the worst one, I think. What have I seen in there? I've seen some horrific stuff. I've seen people getting battered over fucking roll-ups. I've seen people with pool balls wrapped around their nut over fucking something stupid. Do you know what I mean? It used to go off. It doesn't take a lot for it to go off in prison. But it depends what you're doing in there. Do you know what I mean? If you're fucking getting shit off every motherfucker on the wing, and you ain't paying them back, you know what I mean? You're gonna get your comeuppance, aren't you? But me, I'll just get in there, and I just survey the area. That's what I do. That's all I've ever done. The way I look at it, well, like I said before, I'm of the sort of belief that anyone touches me, I'm going to touch them. So whatever they're giving to me, I'm going to be giving to them with bells on, if you get me. But saying that, I sort of got along in there really. But again, I never used to borrow shitloads of stuff or anything like that. I just got along. But yeah, crazy, eh? Hello, Joe. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If you've got no hang-ups when you go in there, you probably get along sweet. If you've got loads of whatever's going in there, obviously it's a different story. But yeah, crazy, eh? What's the time? Can't see what the time is. Anyway, I'll be back later. I'm going to play a few records on here later. So I'll be back for a musical one. I've warmed up a bit now. I've had something to eat. I just give out another warning for my area for snow. Not that there's any snow out there. It's all gone. But yeah, it's all good. Payday tonight. Happy days. Going to get a bit of smoke midnight. Might have to go to the shop as well. Well, the 24-hour garage to get some electricity, I think. Down to about £3 something, I believe. cheers, mate, and you. But I was suffering real bad palpitations earlier, but having something to eat's cured that. But I might have a hot bath now to warm myself up a bit more. Anyway, I'll be back later, guys. Whatever you're doing, be lucky.